because everybody who works in America has to have a state license. And NCLEX is the license that they sit for. It is written on the same day throughout America. It is the same examination for all applicants. So currently I am no longer teaching. I used to teach in Mabdan. I'm not teaching there anymore. I'm job hunting at the moment. So anybody who's got a job for me, hear it. Done. Done. Finish.
Yeah, sir, please tell about your USA experience.
USA experience.
And tips for passing NCLEX.
In
I
short
don't
time.
have tips. I don't have tips for that. I have extensive experience in the US. I started in a cardiothoracic ICU, CSU. I worked there for a long time. And then I became a traveling nurse. So I did lots of traveling. Traveling nurse means that you've got to know your work very well, because they're just going to orient you in the hospital for a week and then you're on your own. So whatever specialty you have, you've got to be excellent in that. I've also worked in the prison service. I worked in rehab. I've worked in PACU. I like PACU. I would love to go back to PACU, but it's so difficult to get back in because they want 2 years recent experience. So I've been out of PACU for about 4 years, so the fact that I worked in PACU for 5 years does not count. It's got to be recent 2 or 3 years experience. So I'd like to go back to that if I were to go back to. I like Pakistan. I'll probably stay here. Let me think about my experience. I've also worked in long-term care, rehab, I think I told you that, PACU. I've worked in corrections. Corrections means I worked in the prisons, and my specialty is actually ICU. I've also done a little bit of primary health care, meaning that when you work in the prison service, you work as a primary health care nurse. That is, you work like a mini doctor. You see patients, you diagnose, you prescribe, and you dispense. When I worked in Namibia, I did the same thing. I worked for a mine. It was a tin mine, and I was the nursing officer for the miners. So I ended up doing x-rays because they have to have a red ticket. I did x-rays. I did wonderful things there. I did incision and drainage. I extracted teeth. I did lots of things there. I once did a cesarean section on a dog because the dog was half dead, and the owners came to me, they said she's half dead. We want to save the puppies. So I did a cesarean section on the dog and saved the puppies.